Welcome. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at this WiMiUS 1080p video projector. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description on Amazon. And if you use that link, it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So this is the model K8. Let's get this out of the box here. Okay, this is cool. So this not only comes in a bag, it actually comes in a backpack. So this has padded straps on it, adjustable straps, carry handle on the top, has a zipper. So when people look at budget projectors, a lot of people I think use them for things like outdoor movie viewing. So projectors like these are technically made for inside, but if you're outside on a nice day, there's no weather, the moisture's not too high, you could take these outside and use them outside. So this comes with a backpack, so you can easily carry it outside. Or you could take it to a friend's house, you could carry it to a meeting. So I want to point out it did come with this question and answer sheet in the box, which has some kind of basic question and answer things. So I'll scroll through this real quick and you can pause if you want to read this a little more in depth. But it might answer some questions for some people. So there's a little pouch here with the user manual. This is a pretty thick user manual. I'm guessing this has multiple languages. Yes, it does. So I speak English. Let's look here. So the English is actually 21 pages. So there is a decent amount of information in here, it looks like. So let's take a quick look through here. So here's the package list. We have the projector, HDMI cable, cleaning cloth, remote control, 3-in-1 AV cable, user manual, power cable, and projector case. Here are the specs. This is an LCD projector. The resolution is 1920 by 1080p. Installation type is front rear on desk, front rear on ceiling. The projection distance is 1.6 to 6 meters. The product size is 260 by 245 by 100 millimeters. Input interface is HDMI, 2 USB, 2 AV, 3.5 millimeter audio. The video formats supported are MP4, MKV, MOV, and 3GP. Audio is MP3, MP2, AAC, PCM, FLAC, and WMA. The light source is LED. Focus is manual. Aspect ratio is 16 by 9, 4 by 3 or auto. It's 100 to 240 volts AC. It weighs 2 kilograms. Picture format is JPEG, GIF, BMP, and PNG. And I screwed up on the ports there. It has 2 HDMI, 2 USB. And 1 AV port. So on this page it shows the ports here. So it looks like it has AV and headphone. AV would be for composites and stereo, and headphone would just be for like headphone or speakers. We have the different buttons here. There's 2 controls, one for zoom and one for keystone. And we have a remote control. This talks about installing it. So I'm not going to go through everything in that, but let's continue on with unboxing here. We have a cleaning cloth, it looks like. And here's a small screwdriver and some swabs. I'm guessing that's for some sort of cleaning. Here are the cables. Here's the remote. This takes 2 AAA batteries, and I don't think it comes with batteries, but I happen to have some here. Put those in, so I'm ready to go. That was a little bit different kind of a way to open that. You could put a screwdriver or coin in there. I used my thumb and pop the back off. Here's some composite RCA cables, and here's an adapter. So this would be for the AV port. You can see this has the conductors here for these for stereo, audio, and composite. So you would connect these together typically if you wanted to, say, connect a camcorder or a VCR or something in. You'd plug this into projector. You could plug this into the back, or even like a legacy game console, you could plug those in with these cables. HDMI port, so this is for all your modern stuff, Blu-ray players, a lot of DVDs, game systems, you could use HDMI. And we have a power cord, and this is a pretty standard power cord. Pull the projector out, and that's everything else in this bag. It does look like this divider holds in with Velcro, so you could take that out. And here's the projector. So this has a sort of fabric on the front, that's nice. There's a rubber lens cap. Here's the side, the vent, and that is interesting. This has a filter, although I'm having a little trouble getting this out of here. Get it out. There we go. Just try again. So this has a little filter in here to capture dust. So that is nice. I should keep it a little cleaner on the inside. I haven't seen that before on a budget projector. So we have buttons on the top. This is our zoom and our keystone. A vent on the other side. There's the back side. We have our USB ports, HDMI, and our AV and headphone ports. And I think that might be speaker there and power. And then here we have the bottom. We have rubber feet on here. And this is an adjustment screw there. Can't adjust the height there. Okay, let's take a look at this again. I'll pull this off. It's a nice rubber cover there. Now, if this is retracted, yes. So you can retract that lens such that this won't fit on there. So if you're a little confused, make sure you have the lens pulled out a little bit and this should fit right on. And then you have the keystone adjustment here. That is a very nice looking lens. It's very large. I suspect this is going to look nice. Okay, so I'm going to get this set up on my screen and then we'll take a look at it. Okay, I have the projector up. The screen is about 10 foot away from the projector. Projecting on a projector screen, there are some wrinkles in it. I don't have it as tight as it could be. You can see that towards the bottom. So that is not the projector itself. And I focused it in. It focused very easily. I just turned that focus knob, so it's out of focus right now. I'll just Move it until it looks really good, right about there I think. And then it has keystone. So I can adjust that, and that's about right. So I could maybe tweak this a little bit more, but I'm pretty happy with this. So this projector does have Bluetooth. It has Bluetooth 5.1, so you can connect up headphones or speakers to this. So if you're doing an outdoor movie, you could have the projector in the back. You could get a Bluetooth speaker and put it in front of your screen. You could even put it behind the screen if you wanted. You can do that with other projectors, but you might need to use an adapter of some sort. This one, the Bluetooth's built right in, so I think that's a really nice feature. And then it has the Wi-Fi, so you can cast from your phone to it. And this supports the 5 GHz Wi-Fi, which is going to be faster than the 2.4 GHz. The downside of 5 GHz is the range isn't as high, so that's a trade-off. So let's go up to the settings, and here we have Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, image setting, keystone setting, projector position, custom zoom, system upgrade, factory reset, and language. I'm going to set up the Wi-Fi now. I'm going to cut past this. I'm guessing it's pretty standard. If there's anything out of ordinary, I'll mention it afterwards. So if we go to Bluetooth, you can turn Bluetooth on and off here, and then we can search for Bluetooth devices and pair those up. We go to image setting. These are your standard image settings. You have brightness, contrast, saturation, sharpness, color temperature, noise reduction. We have an overscan mode. I'm not sure what that is. So it might be a good idea to tweak some of these settings. We have keystone setting. So you can set the keystone on the device, but if you can't quite get it dialed in, you can go to 4-corner keystone. So here you can adjust the individual corners. So see, I can move these corners in and out. So you're best to try and do it with the knobs on the device, but if you just can't get it, this is another option. We have 4-side keystone, so here we can adjust the sides, and then you can also reset. We have projector position, so you can have the projector in the front or behind the screen, and you can have it on the ceiling or on the ground. So if it's on the ceiling, it's upside down. So this allows you to flip the image around or turn it upside down, depending on how you have your projector positioned. We have custom zoom, so here we can scale this if we want to zoom it in and out. So I'll shrink this down here. So if the native size is not working for you, you can shrink your screen down, like if you have a smaller screen. So we can go down 50%. And we have system upgrade, online update, it says we're using the latest version. And we have factory reset and language. So if we go back to the main page, we have video, music, picture, or office. So I'm going to plug in a flash drive. I'll go to video. And here we see it. These are a bunch of metadata files on here. I need to clean these off the card. Let's get to the real ones. So here's a flag I have on a loop. So this could be used for an Independence Day celebration or something. See what else I have here. So this was an art display I went to. Let's go find, I think I have a train on here. Yes, okay. So this is a train, and this is in 1080p. So I'll press the arrow button to speed up. Oops. Okay, so that looked very good. I could tell I was getting the 1080p resolution there. We have music. Okay, so it's playing the music and it has a little thumbnail there. I don't know if this would support like the actual thumbnail file if I had one. This is a generic thumbnail. I didn't put this there. But you can use this to play music. Let's go to pictures. So this would be one that would probably be used a lot. So you could have a slideshow. So these look great. I mean, the image quality on here is amazing. This is a very bright projector, so it looks nice. I am in the dark. I don't know how well this would work in like bright sunlight, but in a dark area, it looks very bright. And then we have Office. So this can also read Office files like Excel files, Word files, and PowerPoint presentations. So I don't know how well it would render those. You'd want to test those ahead of time, but if they worked on here, you wouldn't necessarily have to connect up a second computer if you wanted to, say, show someone a spreadsheet or something like that. So we also have signal source. We have the AV, HDMI 1, HDMI 2. I'll connect up a computer to this. So I'll go to signal source, go to HDMI 1. Okay, I jumped ahead there. It took a second for that to sync up, but it got synced up. So here I have a spreadsheet up, and I don't know if it's coming through on the camera, but it looks very sharp. I would say probably the least best part would be the upper left of what I can see. The words are a little tiny bit blurry there, but they're very readable. The upper middle looks very good. It's very sharp, and the field itself looks very sharp. If I type some letters on there, they're very legible. So if you want to use this in a conference room or something, I think this would work great for that. You can easily read all the text on the screen, so this would also work well for presentations and such. Some budget budget projectors, especially ones that are low resolution, would work okay for viewing a movie or something, but once you put a spreadsheet up on it, then they aren't really as usable because you can't read all the detail. I don't see that problem with this projector. So we can also do iOS cast, so we can cast from an iOS device. So you want to make sure your projector and your iOS device are on the same network. So I'm going to go into my mirror settings on my iPad, and I'll choose this. It says BJ1766. I'll tap it, then I'll go into YouTube. Okay, so I skipped through the ad. This is a video I've taken, so I own the rights to this. Of a water park. So this is streaming from my iPad to the projector using the iOS cast, and it's looking great. And then it also has Miracast for Android devices. So let's head back to my bench. Okay, so when I shut this off, it did have a shutdown timer option, so if you wanted to use this kind of like a sleep timer, you could do that and have it shut off after a certain amount of time. So I want to put the lens cap back on. I'll have to pull the lens out to make sure it's enough to hold this, out like that. So that's good to go. And now it's ready for next time. So that's the WiMiUS 1080p video projector. I have to say I was really impressed with the quality of this. It was very sharp. It supports true 1080p resolution. It's very bright, so it's very easy to see. This has great inputs on it. So you have two HDMI. So if you're doing a somewhat more permanent setup of this, you could plug in your Blu-ray player and your video gaming system and just leave them plugged in. You don't have to swap them out. You can also plug in legacy devices like DVD players, camcorders, legacy game systems with that AV port. Also has that headphone jack too, so you can hook up external speakers. I really like that this supports Bluetooth also. So if you're carrying this, it comes with a backpack. So say you take this to a youth group meeting and you want to watch a movie, you can set this up in the back, take a Bluetooth speaker, pair it up, and set that in the front and have a little quick theater setup. Now, as it says on this sheet here, when you're casting, you cannot display Netflix, Hulu, Disney, and there's probably others like that due to HDCP restrictions. That's the HD copy protection. So unfortunately, you can't stream from, say, your phone or a tablet to this with certain things. I was able to stream YouTube, but if you want to do that, what you'd want to do is use something like a Fire TV stick or Roku. You can plug that in, and that's a great option because that gives you all of the capabilities of those devices. And then if those get out of date someday, you can swap them out and you can still use this projector. So when I was doing the demonstration, I was using the remote the whole time, and it also worked great. It had all the controls. I never touched these at here. I think these are probably just in case you ever lose the remote, but I don't think as many people use the controls on them as they do the remotes. The remotes are very handy. So if you're looking for a budget projector with great quality, I think this is an option you're going to want to look at. And I really like that carrying case it came with. It's a backpack. So if you want to do outdoor movie night or you're taking it to some meeting or something, carrying it with you, that's an easy way to carry it, and it makes it very versatile. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.